Hi guys, just a video response to Witch on the Rocks video customizing your spirituality. I thought it was a great video. Love the main concept and the main idea of what the video represents, and customizing your own spiritual path and not structuring your beliefs, your morals, your ethics around somebody else's belief systems and somebody else's books, somebody else's writing, somebody else's rituals, all of that sort of thing. But that being said, I did want to put my 2 cents into a couple of things I didn't quite agree with in the video. Most of it centering around newcomers now, and in the first 10 minutes or so of the video, a lot of that, what Sammy was speaking about, was heavily centered around a young girl and the story that she told, which I'm not going to repeat at all. There's just no point because everyone's seen it already. Anyway, but for the most part, I didn't quite agree with the concept of this girl being wrong for reading for a book. This girl is a newcomer. And when people are starting to embark on a path, there is just so much to learn. You know, sabbats, esbats, elements, correspondences, herbs, rituals. There's, you know, the list is endless, and sometimes it feels like it's so daunting that it becomes so confusing. And when people come to us as mentors or teachers, they not only are asking for our help, they need our help. So I feel, and it wasn't a previous video that was made, you said that you're not going to hold their hand, but to me, I think that is a little bit overly harsh. It's like telling a toddler, well, you know, you can't walk, but you've got legs, so use them. I'm not going to help you. You've got to do it yourself. You have to take them by the hand and guide them, and then you slowly let them go, and they can do it themselves. And that is the way that I feel personally is the right way of going about it. You know, and I don't also believe, and I'm not personally attacking Witch on the Rocks in any way, but sometimes I find, Sammy, that your videos are almost somewhat aggressive towards teens, and I don't quite understand why. I think, you know, for teenagers, their lives are so turbulent. You know, everything's up and down, and their emotions are just all over the place. And, you know, in rare cases, it's what forms and builds poltergeist activity and psychokinetic energy. They can't control it. You know, and so a lot of them are serious, some of them aren't serious. But to turn around and, you know, to treat them like they're not being serious just because they don't know enough, I think that's a little harsh. I really do. I think that what they need is a helping hand. What they need is guidance. And if we don't give them the proper guidance, they will just go somewhere down the road, or go to the next person who is just as uneducated and misinformed as they are, who says, oh, I'm a Satanist, but I'm a witch, and starts going on about all these different things, and then they end up on a really bad path. So I feel for people that know what they're doing, it is our job to show them the right way and really give them that helping hand. What they do with their path when they have the knowledge is their choice, but we have to give them the proper structure and show them the principles and the certain structural sets of beliefs that will help guide them to the greater good that you're talking about, and the greater goal of customizing their spirituality. You can't just expect them to customize it straight up when they don't even understand their path. And it really falls back on the first few principles of the 13 goals of a witch. Know yourself, know your path, learn, practice. And that's another point I'd like to make. When it comes to ritual, just like any other element in the path, you have to practice. So if it takes reading from a book in order to correctly address and be able to perform a ritual, that's what you've got to do. You can't just expect to sit down and perform a ritual straight away. I think that, you know, as you've said, they are examples in these books. So, you know, and ritual itself has to be practiced. So it doesn't matter sometimes. I think if the words are a little bit mucked up, or if they're from a book, I think, you know, the structure and the teaching system within these books is, you know, it's pretty on par. And yeah, I've got some of this written down here because there was quite a lot that I had, and I can't remember all of it because I get a bit forgetful. Another one was cutting the door. You said you thought that was silly. Now, I don't find that to be silly at all. I personally don't do it, but it's not about cutting a door. Everybody knows, and I suppose teens would know this too, there is actually no door there. But what it is symbolic. It is a structure that helps you to visualize and to concentrate. And I think that, you know, all of the 90% of the books that, you know, cutting a door is written in, they're beginner books. And what it is teaching people, obviously, is to creatively visualize the door being there and the importance of circle casting. You know, and I don't consider any of that spew or bullshit. I think that that is a really strong structural system that's being taught to people, just like any other traditional religious belief systems. It's very important to have that, like I said, and then what people do with it from there, that's their choice. Yeah, so I don't think that it's done, put it that way. Yeah, so I don't think I've got anything else here. I do agree with your point of not living by the book though. I think anybody who's been practicing for a certain amount of time really, you know, and I guess other people that are watching this and have been practicing for a long time, you guys will get this. You know, you don't live by any one book. You don't have just a certain set of books that you live your practice by. You take a little bit from here, there and everywhere. I mean, Cunningham's Book of Magical Herbs, I use that book, you know, for my correspondences, and then I use, you know, a correspondence from one book, or perhaps a small piece of another book, or a ritual out of here. I take a little bit of everything from everywhere, you know, but then again, I take some of my beliefs from hoodoo, which I'm, you know, dabbling in now and trying to learn a little bit more about, and I'm sort of mixing and matching everything. I know it says over to the left here that, you know, I'm an eclectic Wiccan. Now I wrote that, God, when I probably started my page, which was 2009, I think. I've hardly posted. I've only really started posting heavily in the last 2 weeks. But when I'd written that, you know, I was still finding my path, and that was only a couple of years ago. And I still hadn't properly customized my own path either. But now you know, and I'm not one for defining yourself. I don't think that it's so important that people have to define themselves all the time, but I'm strongly at the moment defining myself as a hedge witch, an eclectic hedge witch. I, you know, take a little bit of here and there, but I don't follow the structure. You know, I don't like high magic. I don't like ceremonial magic. I just find that structure too much for me. You know, all of this hoo-ha and this and that and the other. You know, I like to be able to just do my own thing, be out in nature, and really just the low folk magic. That's what I like, and I find it for my personal path to be the most powerful. You know, and I like to know that the power and the energy that I'm creating and manifesting is all my own. I don't need other people around me. I don't need a coven. I don't need all of that hoo-ha either. You know, it's good to know, and I think that you probably would agree, because you work as a solitary as well. It's really good to know that everything that's manifested comes from you. You're not relying on the energies of anybody else. Yeah, so I guess that's it. You know, and I don't want anyone to think, especially not you, Sammy, that, you know, I was personally attacking, because that's not me. You know, I also think that, you know, if you're not being challenged, you're not thinking. You know, and you know, that's what I appreciate about people that write to me and they challenge my beliefs and they challenge things that I've said. And I wish more of these people that actually do video responses. I think it's really important to be challenged instead of everybody just going, you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great all the time. As nice as that is for me, and I'm sure for you too, it's really good to have people just sort of, you know, challenge what you've said and go, okay, you've put a different spin on it. That makes sense. Yeah, because a few people have done that to me, and what they've said really does make sense. I never looked at it like that before. I thought, oh yeah, I'm with you, I'm getting it. So anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm really cold out here, so I've really got to go. But, you know, take from it what you will. You know, chuck away what you don't like, throw it away, whatever. I thought I'd just put my 2 cents in, you know, because, like I said, I thought it was a good video. Yeah, but I just had those things that I just had to say. So yeah, all said, and blessed be. Bye.